I am doing fine. I am just sitting here chilling. I got something in the mail and I'm fucking happy. I got a axe. It's basically like a Norse Viking kind of style axe. It's like for chopping firewood. That's the frickin' like sheath for it, but it is pretty fucking badass and I love it like to death. This thing is pretty fucking awesome. It is now my wood kindling splitting axe, basically, and you know, if ever a zombie apocalypse, you know, a weapon of choice. It's fucking badass. I love it. It's my baby. I'm gonna be splitting so much more freaking kindling, you know, that I have this. It's pretty badass. Hello, Bumbleclaw. Look, I got a Viking style fucking hatchet. It was actually hand forged in Norway, and it's fucking awesome. I love it. It is my baby. Look at that. It's awesome. I like it. I'm gonna use it to split lots of wood. Oh, it is. It's very sharp. It is the sharpest. It's my baby right now. Yeah, it was like $45 fucking. I didn't know it was gonna be that cheap, but Courtney bought it on Amazon, and it was like hand forged in Norway, and they fucking just made a little hatchet. Same as the Viking style, but a little bit, you know, the handle's different for modern wood chopping reasons, I guess. Yep, $45. Well, not including the shipping. But yeah, $45 for the item. Well, I like it a lot. My leg is cramping, bro. I'm not happy about it. How are you doing, though, my friend? Besides my little showing off my toys bullshit that I usually do. Oh, that's good, man. It's been a minute since I went live because I'm closing manager where I work and I frickin' keep getting tired at night and just going to sleep early and then waking up, and I don't usually go live in the day because, you know, my day shit kinda, the shit I do during the day sucks, so I don't want to have to go live while I do it. So I have so many like daily chores I have to do because of the amount of animals that we have, just to keep our house like slightly livable. Oh, you'll be leaving work soon? Hey, welcome. Welcome to the chat, everybody. Look, I got a new fucking axe and it's awesome. It's like hand forged in like, it was hand forged in Norway and it was like $45 on Amazon. And it was like my favorite. It's my favorite, like, freaking kindling hatchet. So people say I need more tattoos, but I like the simplicity of the ones that I have. Plus, I have scars all over and shit that kind of accent, you know, whatever the fuck I am. But nah, this is my baby. It is. I have already split a whole bunch of black walnut and maple with it, and it is still as sharp as I got it. I love it. That's how much it should cost, you said? Dude, these, I don't know, man. There's some really cool shit online if you look for it, like, you know, but I'm lucky enough that I got myself in a position to where I can actually afford to do that, you know, to get wherever I'm at where I can buy random toys like this and stuff. It's just for splitting wood, that's all it is. That's all I want it for, and it's pretty badass. It's got its own little, like, leather sheath so that I can, you know, oil it and keep it from rusting or whatever. What does your tattoo say? Google AI trying to tell me it's pi. This means, oh, that it's actually got an extra dash right here. It's supposed to mean death in Japanese, but this extra dash right here or right here, I'm not really sure, makes it say flower instead. So, because flowers are, fleeting and not long living, so in Japanese, death and flower have a similar, like, markings or hieroglyphics. This is fucking an Ankh. This is some weird tribal shit that I did myself, and that's about it. I don't really have much besides scars. I have a lot of scars. Oh yeah, certain places in the world shit is like double like the amount, like apparently like in if you go to like Oregon or frickin' Alaska, everything that you like have to buy, like if you go to the grocery store, you'll spend an entire week's paycheck just buying a couple items at the frickin' grocery store. Apparently it's expensive to live in random places in the world. Like, but I didn't know it was so expensive, and it every place is different based on I guess their income and the quality of their money. I guess like what it's worth worldwide. I know that Uruguay is like a very cheap place to live considerably, and the amount of money you make, like the worth of the dollar is pretty high too, I think. I'm not sure. Am I a Nazi? No, I am not a Nazi. I'm actually half Jewish, like by blood actually, my mother's side. But my father is from Germany though, so I do look really like German. But I'm also part Middle Eastern, so I'm a half and half. I'm a good World War II joke. $1 is 80,000. Oh shit. That's actually very, very high inflation. Yeah, you definitely have it way different, Bum O'Clock. Like that's hella inflation. Like you need a lot of money just for. I'm pretty sure like the cost of living is depends on like the how much money you make. Like what how do you say that? What is the common minimum wage for the place that you live? Like, what is the most common minimum wage? Ooh, thank you. I got food. Apparently, for Bumbaclaw, it's like 80,000. I think I forget what it says, turins or whatever. But it's like for our dollar, it's like 80,000 of theirs. Like, is that cucumbers? Eh. Oh. Oh. I'm eating the cucumber from our garden. I didn't know that she chopped it up.
We did.
We grew this cucumber. It didn't get too big, but it's still, we grew it. It's ours.
I could have let it develop more.
This is what remains of our cucumber that we were growing outside, and we're eating it now. It's not bad.
It's actually got nice soft skin and everything. Like the seeds aren't tough or anything. It's a pretty nice cucumber.
It is.
Oh, and we got green beans.
Oh, we got green beans too?
Yeah.
I am eating roast beef and mac and cheese and mashed potatoes, by the way. I am just talking about the cucumber because I did not know that we chopped it up. I didn't know. She took it off the stalk, or the frickin' whatever, the vine. She took it off the vine, so it could have grown more, maybe, I think.
There was a raccoon walking around down there.
Uh,
He was
so
gonna eat it.
He was gonna eat it. No. Do raccoons even like cucumbers?
Yeah. But anyway, you can let them keep getting bigger, but then they won't be as good to eat.
Yeah, you're right. Small apartments, depending on the region, go for one. Is that 1 billion? Yeah. Oh shit. What?
Perfect.
Oh, okay. I only eat like one big meal a day. And then everything else I like graze throughout the day. Like since I work where I work, I eat lots of sweets and drink coffee and stuff. But I really only actually stop to like eat like a meal like once a night, and Courtney has to like force me to do it. I think if I ate more, I'd probably put on way more weight. Just for a small business, that's a lot. Small apartment, just for a small apartment. That is a lot. That's the thing. Americans don't realize how good they have it. Americans complain so much about like what little resources they have or whatever, and there's people that pay like way more money just to exist in the world than, you know, like it. America's actually a pretty nice place, but people keep bitching about it. It's the politics that suck in America. Nothing there makes sense, basically. There's some places in the world that like I learned this like years ago, but I found out that like Rome is its own like capital city. Like they have their own money. Like they have a like a good portion of the world's gold, like just in their vaults and in their cathedrals and shit. Real estate in Iran is gold digging for now. Well, that's the thing, is that Iran is not in a good place, like as a country itself, because there's so much like divide and like really old like money fighting, over things like America and everything getting involved with the Middle East and stuff. That's the whole world has been that way for millennia. The Middle East has like been the center of human like altercation since like the dawn of time. And it's not going to change anytime soon, and it's just honestly, it's sad to say, but world leaders treat it like a place of strategy instead of a place of dignity and decency, and that's why the world's always plunged into war, especially with America getting their freaking hand in the pot. Doesn't make it any better. But the Middle East has been a place of conflict literally since the dawn of existence. And all the wealthy assholes just use it as a place of like playing chess essentially, and it's fucked up.
Your ex would have cost $450.
Huh?
Your ex would have cost $450.
My axe would have cost $450 and damn. Yeah. Courtney just looked it up, said it would pay like.
Oh, based off of his bill. Based off of his 8,000 or $8,201.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of fucked up things that happen in the world, and not a lot of people like pay respect to what they have. I think I live like a king. I literally eat whenever I want. I go to work. I don't really work too hard to get the money that I need to pay for the house and everything that I do. Like, the way me and Courtney and our kids live, we live pretty well. I mean, we don't have lots of money to buy a whole bunch of shit. We don't have, like, buy a boat money. We don't have buy another car money. We don't have, that kind of shit. But we're happy. And we're doing well. We may be on the low side of income considering, what what America has in potential. Like, we're at the poverty line, if not below it.
But we never don't have food.
But we never don't have food. We never, like, our bills are usually paid, and, there's always a brighter side, and people talk a lot of shit, especially in America, about what they don't have. I'm like, don't bitch about what you don't have. Be happy with what you got, because some people don't really have it, or they have very difficult means about, getting it. A lot of Americans literally are a bunch of whiny babies that don't understand how good they have it. Is the best way to put it. A lot of Americans are a bunch of whiny babies that don't understand how good they have it. Like, if I was to be found with marijuana in China right now, I would have a life sentence. I would be in jail. I would be in prison. They don't fuck around with drugs in China. They don't. Like, not at all. Not even a little.
I don't care about your seizures.
I have seizures. I have issues where marijuana actually helps me with it. China wouldn't care. If I went to China and tried to bring weed with me, they'd have my happy ass locked up for a long ass time. The longest ass time. People don't realize what they have until it's gone.
So thanks to my father, we're all there to be everything.
Well, I'm glad for that, my friend. I don't know. I think that water and food and shelter should be basic necessities for everybody around the world, regardless. I think we have more than the means to do that, and we've had the means to do that for centuries, but I don't know. There are people, and I mean, I've seen it. There's some people, it's because of drug addiction usually, but there's some people in the country that can't get, food in America, I guess, but that's, I think, usually self-inflicted. There's lots of people, and I don't know. There's more starvation than there needs to be, and it's ridiculous because we have the means to like feed the whole world over 10 times over, and that's all I'm getting at, is that we have the means to do it, but we don't do it. The world sucks because people suck. The amount of food people waste in American restaurants, just fast food restaurants in general, is staggering, the amount of food that they waste, you know, just to keep a business up and running, you know. That's why me and Courtney are trying to push for like making community gardens and stuff, because there are ways that people can get by without having to struggle so hard. If people work together to help each other, everybody can at least eat, you know, get clean water, you know, shit like that. Speaking of, our city where we live has a boil water advisory, and we're not even they're actually saying that boiling the water isn't good enough. And so there's a little interesting fact about where we live. We have to pretty much buy all of our water via bottle because the water is not good to ingest. So.
Not allowed to stand in the shower and pretend like you're drowning.
Yep, you cannot. I wouldn't. I've been using bottled water to like brush my teeth and shit like that because I don't even want to like gargle with it. Oh yeah, we have to use bottles of water for pretty much everything. Like if we're making ramen noodles, we just bottle water. So, because the water in our area right now is not good because we had a heat wave and then we had a lot of storms, and the water reservoir basically got really, a lot of random shit got mixed up in the water, and so our water supply is fucked right now. So we had to basically buy water from around the area. So there's a lot of water companies, like a lot of, yeah. Ohio sucks a little bit. I mean, it happens. Like you probably heard of Flint, Michigan, where the water was literally like toxic. Like it would kill you if you drank it. And I guess we're getting a little taste of that ourselves, but that's really common for where we live. We live in like the Ohio, West Virginia area. Not a lot of people know this, but West Virginia went bankrupt like twice, and they had to sell the gold off of their state capitol building just to pay off their debt so that they could not be bankrupt. The state of West Virginia went bankrupt. Almost went bankrupt like twice, and they had to sell the gold that they had on their state capitol building to like make up for it, because apparently at once upon a time West Virginia was really fucking bougie and they covered their entire state capitol in gold.
It actually looks nicer now.
Yeah, it looks nicer now without all the gold. It's
They
less
took
gaudy.
out some of the accents, like, and added black instead. So instead of it just being gold on gold, now it's like it has black inlaid in it.
Yeah.
So it does look nicer now, but yeah, no, they definitely had to take some of the gold off the Capitol so that they wouldn't go bankrupt.
There's always dirty secrets that every country has that they don't tell, you know? Like, I think the state with the most pedophiles in America is Oregon, I think. Somewhere between Oregon and Washington State. And they literally, like, it's an entire state where they just let them get away with it, give them probation, and they all flock there and go to live there. It's a disgusting place to be honest. And people that live there don't like it. They don't like that it's become what it is, and so many people are like moving away because nobody's doing anything about the problem, you know. There's a lot of dirty little secrets. I think they found Portland, Oregon. Because they're doing a little crackdown right now in Portland. It used to be the drug and homeless capital of the United States almost. I might be wrong. I mean, California and the East Coast definitely have definitely a lot of drug and homeless issues as well. But I'm thinking per capita, like city-wise, I think Portland, Oregon was pretty bad. I'm from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, so I know there was a lot of drugs there. There was so bad that you couldn't walk down certain sidewalks without getting like dirty needles in your toes. Like, they're literally laying everywhere.
Katie said that their street lights were shut out this past week.
Wait, who? What?
Katie said the street lights were shot out this past week.
Oh, our friend Katie, who lives in Myrtle Beach still, they said their street lights were shot out last week. Somebody shot out all the street lights, so that's something. I mean, it pales in comparison to war zones, you know, but America, the landscape of America is just a bunch of drug addicted, angry people shooting guns at each other all the time, essentially. That's what America really is. That's the true face of America.
There's some really nice places here.
There's nice places here. Basically, all the rich people live in the nice, really polished, pretty areas and stuff like that, and then they make all the people with low income live in all the slums. And the people that live in the slums have to get by, and they use criminal acts to get by, and then the government basically fights against those people, and there's a clash between those two cultures, essentially. That's what America really is the wealthy and the poverty stricken people fighting with each other, with the government basically getting in the middle of those two fighting.
It was very nice talking to you.
It was very nice talking to you too. You have a good one, my friend. But yeah, America is basically just a bunch of poor people and rich people fighting over the fact that nobody's in control, essentially. Everybody's just pointing the finger at each other and just like killing each other. But whew, I rant a lot when I'm high. Sorry, y'all. I smoked some weed before this and then I started eating. And we started talking about the world being shitty, and I was like, oh, I got some shitty things to talk about.
Good night.
Good night, my friend. Thank you for stopping by. I'll try to go live more often. I just spent the last couple days not doing it because if it's night, oh yeah, it's night here.
It's 12:30 in the morning.
It's 12:30 at night, in the morning, whatever you want to call it, but it's midnight. 30 minutes past midnight. But no, you have a good night. It was nice talking to you, my friend. I am going to keep babbling on here until, you know, I call it, I guess. I'm just eating. What? It's 12:30 there too.
No, it's 12:30.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's almost 1, 2, 3, 4. 12:34. Ugh. Dude, I am way too young to feel as old as I do. I keep bitching about being old, but it's just because I work all the time and I don't rest enough. Because on my days off, I go and split wood and do other shit, instead of actually relaxing like I should. But I have a new toy to go split wood with, so I'm happy. This is a fun thing to split wood. Pulls out random axe, right? Dude, it's like a Viking style axe and it's pretty fucking cool. It's got a modern handle, but I like it. I've already made some kindling with some black walnut and maple. By the way, if people don't know what that is, those are hardwoods, you know. Kind of hardwoods. have the worst attention deficit, and I just like lost my life. You guys like fell into my little trash can. You guys fell into my little trash can that I keep beside the chair. Sorry.
You just saw the scribbles.
Huh?
You just saw the scribbles over there.
The scribbles.
Yeah, it was really pretty much. But live.
No, you're
Not
good.
anything else.
Good night.
I do need to make a lot of kindling. Basically, our fireplace, we have a like cast iron like fireplace that we keep in the house, and we're wanting to use that to heat the house during the winter, so we don't have such a expensive like bill. Like, because last year we paid a lot of money just to keep the gas heater on, basically, that we have. Costs a lot of money, so we're trying to save money with wood this year, so I'm splitting a shit ton of wood. That's what my hobby is basically for. It's to help save money, but also keep me busy so I don't do drugs. So. It's easy, okay. I like the fucking like little like sheath that it has, though. It's kind of like little. It just covers the blade, you know. I like it. It's only like $45. That's pretty awesome considering it's like hand forged to look just like a Viking axe, you know. I like it.
I really like it. I can't wait to go out tonight.
It's gonna be fun.
I'm glad that we're both up to work and we can do something.
We're probably gonna take we got a Subaru, by the way. That's our new car. We're gonna take the Subaru out, and we're probably gonna go to random places in the woods to gather nice bits of wood. Hopefully we can find hickory. I like hickory, but it's hard to find hickory that's already fallen. I don't want to like cut a hickory tree down.
We try to only gather wood that's already fallen over, so that
Yep.
we're not murdering any trees out there.
Legally, like with the permit that we have, I'm allowed to gather fallen like trees that are already like down, so I can like gather that kind of wood without having to like pay for it or make a permit. You know, like get. Every state does things differently. You basically buy a permit to be able to get shit, and you can get it if it's fallen already. Hey, what's up, Oak? Look, I got a new axe. It's freaking Viking shaped. It was $45, and it is my favorite. It even has a little sheath, little fucking, what do they call that? Leather sheath. I feel like Ragnar with his freaking axe. Little hatchet. Yeah, it's a little handheld hatchet. It's, what is it, like 2 pounds? It's not really that heavy. But I like it. I think Bumbleclaw left. Maybe he's still here. I don't know, but I think he went to sheep. I like it because I was basically like, Courtney, I need a new hatchet, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna buy you one online. I was like, wait, you're gonna get one online? Get a cool one. And we looked up this one, and it was cool, so I got it. And now it's here. It was hand forged too. He made it look like a freaking. Well, I like it. I'm like a kid I'm like a kid showing off his like toys to his friends whenever they come over. Whenever people are on my lives. I admit that about myself. I have a childlike quality about me, where I'm like, hey guys, look, it's so cool, isn't it? Yeah. And also, like, the sheath is like, it has like a little button clip, so you can like fucking, keep the blade from getting all fucked up, and I can like oil it and let it live longer. You know, I don't really need to sharpen it. It's pretty fucking sharp already as it is. It's a new and shiny. Yes, it's new and it's shiny. And that's the best part. I like how it's really like sleek. I don't know. Like, it interests me how people forge things. I might actually want to get my own forge, like make my own like random shit, but I would have to learn how to actually do it properly. If I'm gonna get a fucking forge, I might as well get everything I need to do it properly. It seems like a expensive hobby. For now, I'll just buy it from people that already have a forge. Because I think it's, what is it? I think it's mostly iron, right? Yeah. It's mainly iron. 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 I don't know, it's cool. It's sort of like a miniature Leviathan axe. A little bit. A little bit. Little handheld hatchet. If you've ever watched like the Viking show on like History Channel or whatever, if you've ever watched any kind of Viking shit, they basically had little cleavers like this they would use to hack people up. It was awesome. Yeah, he made sure that the flares on the side, basically the cheeks of it, would make it wider to be able to split through the wood. I like that. Because based on, like, you're from Canada, so you've been around wood probably once or twice in your life. You know that like felling axes are like usually like more narrow, and like splitting axes or hatchets basically have wider cheeks to basically split the wood, where the felling axes would be more like narrow so that they can fell the tree down, cut it down and all that. Yeah, and it has that ancient style. Like if you look close enough, it's kind of rustic, like really like textured, sort of. It has that textured look to it, you know. And that's their little logo, but they stamped it on the side. Their little. I like it. It's cool. And their freaking little thing right here, it's like got their little stamp on it. I like it. I like old shit. Stuff like this excites me. It makes me like a kid again because, like, I don't know. It's such a simple little thing, but it makes me jump for joy because I get to split wood with this and like feel powerful, like pretend like I'm a Viking for a minute while I'm outside sweating my ass off cutting wood. It's really just for kindling, really, because as far as like actually splitting like a lot of like heavy ass wood, I'm gonna need to use the frickin' maul for anyway, and I already have one, so. Yeah. Basically, like you would use wedges to like get down like bigger trees, and I don't know. I felled a few trees. I do a very basic cut. I do the back cut and the front cut. I make sure that the back cut is headed away from where I'm trying to make the tree go, and the front cut would be where I'm trying to get it to, fucking fall. And I've never had a tree fall where it wasn't supposed to before, but apparently some trees are annoying, and they like to, whenever they fall, they like to hop off the frickin' trunk and then hit shit. You know, it happens from time to time, but I've never had that happen. Every tree that I've ever felled was, I used a back cut and a front cut. I would do like the bottom cut, like the back of it, I would cut like this and then straight, like take a triangular piece out the back and then just do the front cut and then it will fall that way. Some people do it differently. You were a tree spacer? Okay. Yeah, I don't really use an axe for felling. I use the chainsaw. It's way easier to use the chainsaw. Um, I think the biggest tree I ever did, it was an oak. It was a water oak down south. It was one of the thicker ones, but it's like not. It doesn't really grow tall. It's like grows thick and like really wide branches, like the size, like double the size of my torso, or like the branch sizes or whatever. But those old water oaks are really cool. But down south, sometimes they get beetles and shit in them, and you need to cut them down. I've cut one down before. It took forever because that thing was thick as shit. It was about the width of basically like an SUV. Like it was like an SUV was growing out of the ground, basically that kind of thick, I guess. You know, about that width. Oh no, I'm talking about cutting up trees. Yeah, we don't talk about drugs. We don't do no drugs here. That's the reason I chop up trees, is because I'm trying not to do drugs. This thing is so sharp I can actually like scrape skin off. Look at that. I scraped off. I scraped off some skin. You can shave with this probably. I like it. I don't know. It's cute. It's not just cute. It's cool. Like it's actually pretty badass. It's a badass axe. I'm like a kid in a candy store whenever it comes to random shit like this. I got two different swords. I got a spear. I got a couple of guns and stuff. But I'm wanting to get more axes and stuff. I think axes are underrated. They're definitely underrated. This is just a little hatchet. This is just a Viking style hatchet. But I like it. So far, we split some maple and black walnut with it, and those are pretty hard woods to split. We made some kindling with it. Oh yeah, I'll need a double-sided axe. Honestly, I'll probably be. I want to get the Leviathan axe from God of War Ragnarok because one's like a really big, flared out, like sort of like this, but like way larger, obviously. And the back of it's supposed to be like a splitting maul at the back of the like Leviathan axe. I want to try to get one of those. That's pretty badass, you know. I found a few forges that make them, but they're like $400 frickin' dollars at the cheapest. Apparently, you know, they know their worth, and it is a lot of fucking steel and iron, I guess. So, I guess. Yeah, the Leviathan axe from God of War Ragnarok. It's pretty cool. It looks pretty badass. It's basically they took a Nordic like design and sort of made it their own. It's basically Kratos' axe from God of War Ragnarok, and he was fighting against the Norse gods and the where the Vikings worship. The Vikings worship the Norse gods. I'm pretty sure, unless I'm stupid. But yep, it's pretty badass axe. It's pretty cool. It has rune. Some of the forges actually like will imprint the runes and everything. It's pretty cool. Quit biting yourself, you old dog. Maybe. Puppies keep biting their butts and they're getting in trouble. Yeah, it's basically double-sided, but yeah, there's some old versions of like double-sided axes that are pretty cool. Like what you would imagine Dungeons and Dragons or like frickin' Lord of the Rings or you know some medieval sort of style double-sided axe. They're pretty much just like used, I assume, for killing because there's no other use for it besides cutting up meat. But funny pups, they are. Frickin' Lola was sitting there. I was like poking her with my foot, and she just kept ignoring me and kept biting her butt. I was like, "Stop biting your butt!" Because during the summertime, the pups they get, I guess, itchier. I don't know. They're puppy dandruff, I guess, is probably what it is. Because we flea treat our dogs, so it's not fleas. They get like dried out skin. I think it might be the puppy shampoo we're using too. It might be. But every summer, Lola just keeps biting her butt, and she needs to stop it. Now she's rolling on her back. She's like, "Mah, I'm itchy." Hey, James, look at my new axe. I got a little frickin' Viking style hatchet for splitting wood so me and Caden can get more kindling done for the fireplace and all that. It's cool. We've already been splitting wood with it. It's pretty badass. It was like $45 on Amazon. I was like, Courtney, can I get a new hatchet? Because our other hatchet broke because I swung it too hard and broke it. And so we got a new one. And it's cool. Well, I hope you're the best for that double shift tomorrow, James. Thanks for stopping by. It was nice seeing you. I just got off. I think I'm off tomorrow, so. But I usually close every day of the week except for 2 days of the week, usually, obviously. But, yeah, it's been fun. Oh shit, you've been doing doubles and staying late the past 2 weeks? That sucks. Dude, working really, like, depending on where you work, places really take the hours, and it's like, okay. And if you say no, then they'll, like, take hours from you, so you have to, like, do it, or they'll, like take wrath on you and, like, not give you hours, so. That's at least my fear. I always am like, okay, I gotta, whenever they ask me to go into work, I have to do it. I have to look good so that, they don't, like, take my hours away. That's what they say, no more taxes on overtime, and I believe I'm still paying taxes. I think that's gonna go in effect at some point. I don't know. By the way, hey Jack. Welcome. I got a new axe. It's like a Viking style hatchet. I use it for splitting wood, and it is the coolest. I even have a little sheath for it. I think I shaved off a little too much skin with that axe. I don't know if you guys can even see my wrist, but there's like missing skin on my wrist somewhere. It's like in the shadow. But I shaved off too much skin. Overtime approved. I did 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. today. Is likely 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Damn. It's a lot. Yeah, I was about to say, you guys pay taxes on overtime in Canada, I assume. Like, yeah. They're promising that for us, like via Trump and all that, but I don't know. I haven't seen it on my tax forms. I don't see my tax forms until I file taxes in freaking February. Yeah, skin is overrated anyway. Hey, Julian. Hey, Yoda. Look, I got a new axe. It's like Viking. It's like a little hatchet, like, but it's like Viking style, and I love it. Been pretty good. Did 13, 14, and 13 hours last week. LOL in a span of 3 shifts in 4 days. Damn. That sucks, but I mean the money's got to be good, I guess, because I'm pretty sure I've gone into overtime like 4 times already myself, and I just work regular shifts. It is, man. I My forehead is growing because I am going bald. James was telling me that I'm going bald whenever he was here, and I didn't want to believe him, but I'm going bald. It's part of becoming 30, I guess. Hey Loma, welcome. I got a new little hatchet. It's Viking style. It's hand forged and it's $45 on Amazon. And it's badass. It's my favorite. Too much sun. Oh yeah. Yeah, too much sun can make your hair go away too. Yeah. Excuse me, all I have to smoke weed for a second. I am a weed smoker. Where is the Leviathan axe? I need to get one. I need it. Like, I need sleep. I need the Leviathan axe. It's expensive, so that's the cheapest one I found was like for $450, and that's just for the axe, not the shipping and everything. And they hand forge it in like a place in Norway, which is awesome. You know, it's Norwegian, but it's fucking hell of expensive. Midnight Toker. Oh yeah, we got a Subaru. What is it? Subaru Outback. We got a Subaru Outback. Speaking of which, we're actually going to take the Subaru out back in the woods and stuff, and if we can get some kind of signal wherever we're going, we'll try to go live out there. There's a really cool park an hour and a half away. The what?
Brandywine Falls.
We're going to go see the Brandywine Falls in somewhere in Ohio, I think. Or is it West Virginia? Is it Ohio or West Virginia? Ohio. Good night, James. It was nice talking to you. Oh, Yoda said hi.
Hi, Yoda.
Yes, and welcome, Loma. Oh, I like waterfalls. That's nice. That's only like an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
We might go visit some waterfalls tomorrow, y'all. Either way, we'll get some footage of it, but if that's only an hour and a half away, let's go.
There's a freaking train ride too, and that's the oldest bridge and stuff. And like,
That's cool. We might go an hour and a half away from where we live and go see some waterfalls.
So that might be fun.
That'll be fun.
It's free.
How far is the Brandywine Falls? About an hour and a half away from us. From where we're at. I don't know how far away from like where Oak would be in like British Columbia. Like, where do you think that would be? I don't know. Probably be a while for. Yeah, it's about an hour and a half away from us. Oh, James says he functions off of caffeine and nicotine.
Hi, James.
Courtney says, hey. And yes, that's what all restaurants run off of, caffeine and nicotine. That's literally what every single restaurant since like the dawn of nicotine and caffeine has ever run on. Oh, Oak said he didn't even know you were there. Huh. Pretty much that is like the truest statement ever said, though, James, is that nicotine and caffeine are the only things that keep a restaurant going. Like, people would not work at a restaurant without caffeine and nicotine. They just fucking wouldn't. They would just quit.
Oak, I don't know how to answer that question because you can't drive to British Columbia, says my mom. Apparently we have to take a plane.
Apparently, we have to take a plane. Huh. Nowadays, it's Adriel. It's a few days drive through. Don't let them trick you. Caffeine and nicotine have always been a part of human society. Yeah, I believe it because it's so effective to keep people going. But then again, did we have caffeine? I mean, tea does have caffeine. Did we have coffee? Like before, like the, hills of Colombia and all that? Those Nicaragua and Portugal. And well, not Portugal, fucking Portugal's right next to Spain. I'm fucking retarded. It would be Uruguay, Nicaragua, and Colombia, which have a lot of like the tobacco and frickin' cocaine and caffeine, like coffee, like really caffeinated coffee. Nicotine, Valium, caffeine, Vicodin, marijuana, ecstasy, alcohol, cocaine. Pretty much, rubber. Like rubber comes from trees, apparently. Like you have to cut down like a special type of tree and like get its sap and shit to like make rubber. And there was apparently a shit ton of it down in South America, and that's why America got their hands down there for a while. Because there was apparently a lot of rubber trees, and they could, make rubber. I didn't know rubber came from trees until I studied that. So, there's some information for you. I didn't. Oh, you were prescribed Adderall recently? Yeah, I have ADHD pretty fucking bad. Like I can't focus on shit. They didn't have coffee. They likely had tea. Do the Hank Hill impression. Oh shit. Whoa. Oh wait, it's also in Southeast Asia. People make it hand and sell to India. Okay, that makes yeah. I think there's like rubber trees around all the world. There's like all the different plastics and fibers and everything that we use comes from organic matter, and we like change it into shit by like altering it. I guess. God damn it, Bobby. What'd I tell you about putting your dick in the vacuum cleaner? Dude, fucking Hank Hill is odd to watch. I like King of the Hill, like back in the day whenever I would watch it, I forgot like how weird it was. And then I watched it recently and I'm like, wow, it's just really like boring for a while, and then they say random really fucked up shit, and that's how they keep you watching it, basically. It's like really like meant to portray itself as like a wholesome like Texas community, and then they have like a bunch of random drama and fucked up shit. I never realized until I smoked a bowl and watched it recently that it's pretty pretty interesting show. It's definitely should have been Emmy Award winning or whatever. I don't know what kind of awards they give to freaking TV shows. It was a chef's kiss. It was a moment in time that we'll never get back. Silicone. They can synthesize rubber. Yeah. Your chest is big as fuck. You've been doing workouts? No, I'm just fat. This is just titties. I don't really do anything. Like, I don't even do push-ups anymore. My chest is tiny. Like, comparatively to what it could be. I'm doing more axe swinging and shit. So maybe, like, picking up the wood and shit. Maybe, like, swinging the axe. I'm not sure. Whoa. Oh, yeah. Remember whenever he, like, smoked... he thought he was smoking a cigarette with that hippie dude, and it was, like, weed, and Hank got really high, and he was like, "Oh God, I'm under the influence of marijuana." Whoa! It's like I'm geeked out of my mind. Like he's like scared. He like freaks the fuck out, and then he tries to like hide it from like Bobby and Peggy because he doesn't want them to find out. But there was like a lady that got murdered, and the cops keep questioning him about the murders. But they also the only alibi that he has is that he was smoking weed with the hippie roommate. And he doesn't want to admit it to his family, so he's like keeping it a secret. It was a pretty funny episode. That Hoover got good suction on it. Dude, I don't know. There was some other shows that were really fucked up. There was Squidbillies. It was fucked up. They said a lot of fucked up shit on that show. And they did a lot of fucked up like scenes and shit. It was basically they took animation and used it as an excuse to tell very terrible fucking jokes, which is what most, Adult Swim cartoons, pretty much in general, that's the idea. Was to be cutting edge, I guess. Sugarfoots. Oh, Sugarfoots was Hank's boss's like business that him and his wife started. It was like a restaurant or whatever. Buck Strickland and his wife or whatever made Sugarfoots or whatever. Oh yeah, Family Guy was pretty cool. What was it? The Oblongs? Remember the Oblongs that had Will Ferrell as the voice? And it was like a family that would like live near a nuclear waste place and they were like deformed. It was a weird show. Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Fucking American Dad and all that crap. It was Metalocalypse. I used to love Metalocalypse. That was my shit. I love Metalocalypse for no reason. It was just because it was stupid just to be stupid, and I thought it was great. So I liked it. Yeah, they found that it was Debbie. She was trying to like kill Buck or whatever, or kill somebody. She was trying to be with Buck, and the wife wouldn't let it happen. And she was like a co-worker, one of the ladies that worked at Sugarfoots, and she tried to kill somebody and ended up shooting herself and killing herself in the dumpster. And they thought that somebody killed Debbie, but she actually killed herself trying to like sneak up and kill somebody herself. So she kind of, but it was a funny episode. Yeah, Metalocalypse was sick. Freaking Family Guy is in a league of its own because they do so much shit and all their cutaways are pretty much perfection, in my opinion. Some of them are fucked up, like they go a little too far with some jokes, but they also, that's part of the cutting edge of it, I guess. But I'm going to need to put you guys on a charger or I'm going to die. I'm at 5%. I just realized my phone was dying. Yeah, Aqua Teen Hunger Force was the best. Master Shake was always saying and doing fucked up things. Frylock was cool. Meatwad was like a little. He was always like wholesome some of the time, and then the rest of the time he would like go completely like gangster, like crazy, essentially, and like do some fucked up shit. I like Meatwad. Frickin' Carl, their neighbor, they were in New Jersey. That's where the Aqua Teen Hunger Force is like supposed to like be at, like where they lived or whatever. And they lived in a house right next to a guy named Carl, who was basically a weird Italian dude with a gold chain. He was fat and he was hairy as shit and he was bald, and he was wearing like he would wear like these blue frickin' like pajama like frickin' like sweatpants basically, and he would wear like a wife beater that was stained all the time, and he would always be getting drunk or trying to get hookers, and it was pretty funny. Carl was a very interesting dude. Oh yeah, R.I.P. Ozzy. I didn't get to say that. That that actually ruined my day last time because whenever I found out Ozzy passed away via one of my upper managers. She was like in the store helping them out, and she had told me like she just saw on her phone that he passed, and I was like, what? And I looked it up myself and found out that he did, and it made my entire day. I had to close there like sad. It was awful. Everybody was like, "Why are you? What's wrong with you?" I was like, "Ozzy died," and they're like, "Kids, so they don't know who Ozzy is," and it's like upsetting that they don't know who Ozzy is. So you're like, you know, you feel old. All the people, all the like kids that work for me, except for like a few of them, didn't even know who Ozzy was, and I was like, "Oh, that's sad." Ozzy was basically a part of most all of my life, actually, pretty much. Because I'm an early '90s baby. I was like born in '92, so he was already famous and around for a while before I even was born. So, yeah, yeah, he is a legend. It's honestly Sharon put him down. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but he was in pain, and he was, Parkinson's is no joke. He has he's done so many drugs and everything in his past that he was basically not who he started off as, I guess, but he stayed an awesome musician and an icon, and he kept trying, kept making music, and everything that he made was awesome. He has an awesome voice, and he's definitely going to be missed. He was one of my favorite artists. Nobody can sound like Ozzy, and if somebody can sound like Ozzy, they're not anything like him. I haven't really met anybody that has a voice similar to him. He's got one of those voices that never hear again, kind of thing. Hope his funeral's bigger than Princess Diana. Absolutely. He had a badass solo career after Black Sabbath. I will agree with that. I like that was some of the music I actually grew up with, like the song Dreamer. It's one of my favorite songs. It's actually was like always on my playlist, and I obviously grew up with my parents, so I would listen to all the Black Sabbath music and everything as well. War Pigs, frickin' Iron Man, different songs, classics, and there's a lot of solo shit that he did afterwards. There was some new songs, like I like one of the songs, "Let Me Hear You Scream." That one's pretty good. It was one of his like later songs. I remember that Oz Family, uh, Jules or whatever would like come on the TV. They had like a TV series where they would like watch them live their lives essentially, and that was fun to watch Ozzy in action. He's like, if you don't stop acting like a pair of dicks, this is going to get very unhappy real quick. He would like yell at his kids and stuff, and it was great. It was funny. He was always fucked up. A telephone would ring while he was just sitting in the room, and he was like, what the fuck is that? Ozzy definitely was an interesting person. It was a blessing to have him in the world, because he was a unique individual, and there will never be another person like him. You're the beer thief. I am so. I honestly, I don't know. I'm probably gonna make like a playlist of all my favorite Ozzy shit and just put it on like a totally different playlist so I can listen to it all day. I'll probably do that tomorrow. That's what people say. Well, I mean, he wore crucifixes and stuff, and he randomly changed his beliefs and his faith, periodically throughout his like life, I never thought that he was really too hateful against Christianity, and there's a very big possibility he was probably saved. I mean, because people change with time, you know. Time changes a lot. Pretty much everybody. Nobody stays the same through time. Time's the one thing, the only constant is change, I guess, is what they say. Time keeps sliding by and everybody changes just a little bit every day. Just a little bit. I don't want any fucking bubbles and the Prince of Darkness. Yeah. Frickin' Ozzy was pretty much a public figure, like, throughout my entire childhood. Him, like, there was a there was other bands and stuff because I'm from '92, so like the early 2000s brought up a bunch of bands like, I would listen to Metallica, and I would listen to Godsmack and Nickelback and Stain and other stuff like that. I was Southern, so I listened to a lot of that kind of shit. And my music taste evolved through time. I would, because I grew up with my parents listening to like 80s rock and shit like that. And shit like The Doors and Leonard Skinner and, fucking all the old shit. Yeah, he never said he was a Satanist. He was never like determined himself against any like. He wasn't like anti-Christ in any way, shape, or form. In fact, a lot of his lyrics actually said that in the song "It Gets Me Through." One of my favorite songs that he plays. It was one of his solos that he did, but it was called "It Gets Me Through," and he says, "I'm not the Antichrist or the Iron Man. I just have a vision I can't control. I feel I've lost my spirit and sold my soul." Like that. He's got a lot of fucking, good songs out there. Even some of the newer ones, people usually say that like when people come out with newer music, it's not as good as the old music or whatever. I think all of his music from top to bottom is great. So, Ozzy's definitely on the top of my list. Marilyn Manson was your Ozzy? Courtney liked Marilyn Manson a lot. That was like one of her favorites growing up. I watched Marilyn Manson. I just didn't I had a few songs that I liked from him and stuff, but I knew he was kind of weird, so I didn't actually follow him too much. I was more into like death metal and like getting into like drumming and guitar playing and shit. I was trying to like find the heaviest shit that I could listen to from, Whitechapel to Slipknot to God of Lamb of God and all the other, you know, metal bands and stuff that, try to find the heaviest shit, that was like I think when I was a teenager I got into that kind of rock, and it wouldn't be rock, it would be metal. That's how it evolved, but yeah. What else did I listen to? Megadeth. Uh, have you ever listened to Anthrax? Anthrax was a big part of the 80s music, and then not a lot of people listen to, but I listened to a lot of Anthrax. And, huh. Billy Joel, Police, Sabbath, Ozzy, too. I listen to classical and industrial. Yeah, I think we all kind of hear lots of music, but we don't like count it on our like list of things. Like, I went to church a lot, so there was a lot of like gospel music, and then I joined, I did like a piano class, and then I went to orchestra, and I was a drummer as well, so I tried to, throughout school practice different things. And there's lots of music out there besides just rock, rap, jazz, you know, blues and country and all that. Like, there's so many different genres of music out there. It's staggering, actually. Oh, Rush. Rush was pretty good. I grew up in the 2000s. Alternative rock was what I grew up, especially watching MTV. Yeah, there was alternative rock too. I got into. There was a lot of bands. What was it? Well, you probably wouldn't remember this. Maybe you would if you remember Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, the song "Superman" by Goldfinger. That was I wouldn't say I guess alternative, maybe. Strife or two. Yeah, yeah. What was it? A lot of Ronnie James Dio. I listened to a lot of him. There was Queensryche. There was Motley Crue. There was ZZ Top. There was all kinds of different bands around like my parents' era that I would listen to because I was around them, so I'd hear their shit. Paramore, My Chemical Romance, AFI, and Good Charlotte. Yep, yep. There's those. I listened to a lot of Smashing Pumpkins and stuff. I would listen to Coldplay. I would listen to Foo Fighters, and there's a lot of different bands, I guess. I'm trying to remember them all. My Chemical Romance was great. A lot of people love My Chemical Romance because Jared, the lead singer, he was actually classically trained, like, singer, and apparently they joined their little band together, apparently as a commemoration of like the like attack on the Twin Towers or something like that. I think there was a lot that they like sang songs about attributing to that. And I guess a lot of people had a lot of heartache and like girlfriend, boyfriend issues and stuff. So a lot of people like My Chemical Romance because it had that sort of punk, fuck it, I don't care, trying to forget your problems, kind of like lashing out teenager kind of mentality. My Chemical Romance kind of had that like vibe to it. So I guess if you were like a teenager in your early 20s and you were trying to just say fuck it, and you know, that was the band for you. It was sort of like the punk band to join, I guess. I've heard a lot of AFI. One of my friends, Michael, he was one of our guitar players that I used to play with. He liked a lot of AFI. He was really good at guitar too. Radiohead, Pumpkins are some great tunes. Oh yeah, MySpace era. That was the MySpace era where Tom was like the creator, and everybody had to be like friends with him for some weird reason. And all you could do is like maybe put a couple of music, like a little bit of music on your like page. There wasn't really much to it. It's not like all the other apps that we have now. It was a simpler time. It was back when MP3 players and stuff were a thing. People stopped using CD players and they started using like MP3 players and iPods, I think. Yeah. Kim Mitchell. Okay. There's a lot of good guitar players out there. I see some people do some things with an acoustic guitar I didn't know you could freaking do with it. There's some really talented people out there. Really creative as well. Like, not just like talented, but like really creative with how they go about it, you know. I'm probably going to let you guys go soon because my happy button needs to be up tomorrow to be able to go do the things that I want to do. Hopefully we can go out and see like some waterfalls maybe. Maybe we can make the trip. It's only like an hour and a half away, so I think we could do it. But it was nice talking to you guys. I will... Hi baby, I love you too. I'm gonna go ahead and go. I need to get some sleep. So it was nice talking to each and every one of you. Thank you for stopping by. I am going to use this a lot tomorrow. Hopefully I can get some footage. Well, I will either post videos about it or try to go live out by the waterfalls hopefully tomorrow. So good night everybody. It was nice talking to everyone. I'm glad I got to show off my little shiny toy, and I'm glad I got to talk to you guys because, it's been a minute since I got on here. So, you guys be great. Nice seeing you, Yoda. Nice seeing you, Oak. Nice seeing everyone. I think Bumbleclock came on earlier. And Jack Black and everybody. Everybody that's come by. It's been nice seeing you guys. Y'all have a good one, and, I will see you tomorrow, hopefully, near some really cool waterfalls. So y'all be good. All right. Bye.